Good morning. All right. Happy hump day, everyone. Right. Sorry, I was just making some notes. As always, last minute, I have a whole bunch of stuff running through my head. Okay, so bit different this morning. You guys, if you've been joining to journal around kind of setting your intentions for the day, feel free to journal about that. But I wanted to touch upon the fact that one, it is stress awareness month. And of course, I think most of you will know that journaling is a way of dealing with any stress, anxiety, and building up your strategies and coping mechanisms around managing all those feelings and emotions. Then I woke up in a shitty ass mood. So, no rhyme, no reason, but these things happen. And initially, what I wanted to do was to try and snap myself out of that mood, and be all happy and joyous and, happy Wednesday and full of life this morning. But then when I started to kind of write this out and kind of get that out my system, I realized that actually this is a really valuable thing to talk about, because as much as all the memes, the gifts, the positive mental attitude, these are all really, it's good to be positive. But let's face it, we are humans and we have bad days for whatever reason. So I wanted to just touch on this morning to kind of look at how we can, and especially if you're in a really good mood today, it's a good time to journal around coping mechanisms, coping activities that, should a bad mood arise sometime in the future, you can come back to today or whenever you do this exercise and kind of look at all the things that you could try to snap yourself out of a bad mood. So I'm going to pick one of the prompts that is in the bumper pack of journals that I've got available to you guys, which, by the way, is free. So if you want to grab some prompts, there is the QR code right there. Snap it, take a picture, go to the link, download it. The prompt that I'm going to read to you now is in that under journal prompts for stress management. So, what are some healthy coping strategies that I can use when I feel stressed or overwhelmed? So, this is where you can write about activities or practices that can help you relax. I've got your deep breathing, yoga, or talking to a friend, but it could be anything. I know a lot of people like to go for a walk, get outside, fresh air. You might want to go, I don't know, bowling, golfing. There could be something that will make you happy. So this is a good opportunity to get those coping mechanisms, those coping activities that can help you should you start to feel a little down, a little moody. And then when it comes to the time where inevitably you wake up in a bad mood, it's a really good time to document, were there any triggers? Were there any red flags that you missed? Was it a situation where you reacted badly? You can write all this down, get it onto the paper. If you can deal with it right there and then, so you can go into the asking questions. So why did it happen? Was there anything I could do to avoid it? Can Could I do things differently? Could I have reacted differently? But you don't necessarily have to deal with it in the moment. Once it's on the paper, once it's in the book, it's there. You can always come back with fresh eyes, a clear mind, and review what you wrote, and then look at it objectively to see how you can learn from that situation. Should that situation arise in the future, kind of brainstorm around how you can identify it, deal with it, remove yourself from the situation, all these things. So today, that is what I thought I would kind of chat to you about, because I didn't want to come onto this live stream and just be falsely happy and vibrant and, you know, all those good things, because, you know, sometimes it is what it is. The only thing I would say is to not sit in that kind of horrible moment for too long. This is why I'm talking about the strategies, the activities that you can lean on, go to. It's like your own pick and mix of lovely, happy activities that you're going to enjoy. So that is what I'm going to be journaling about today. The other thing that I picked up on yesterday, I wanted to have a bit of a read, and I got this wonderful book for Christmas. Look at the size on that thing. But how beautiful. Look at that cover. So I wanted to have a dig into this. And I would read a few lines and then stop, get up and go and do something. And then come back and go, right, I'm going to sit and read. I'd read another page or two, get up and go, I need to be doing something. So I got very much stuck in the, I can't sit and read. I should be up. Look, I'm shoulding all over myself. I should be up doing something. You know, there's always things to do. Why am I not doing the doing? Why am I not creating? Why am I not, I don't know, doing some chores or whatever? So I had this horrible feeling of, I want to read. Started, I got like itchy feet and I would get up and get distracted. So I want to set aside some time, like half an hour, and say, right, you've got half an hour. This is the one activity you are going to do. And I don't mind how many pages I read. I never put those kind of, 10 pages a day or 5 pages a day. I think I'll put a time. I think for me, it's my brain will be happier if it knows, right, it's just half an hour. And after this half an hour, I can go off and do X, Y, and Z. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. I don't know if anyone knows this book, has read it, but it is a collection of the world's greatest diarists. Is that how you say it? Anyway, they wrote in a diary and there's extracts and it runs for a full year. So from lots of different people. So I think that's going to be exciting. So I don't know if there's any questions that you guys have sent through. None that I can see. Okay, I was going to look up some questions, and that's right. One of the questions, one of the most common questions is around, can journaling help with anxiety and stress? And I think we've covered that. It very much can do so. So I have had a review of my yesterday. I got some things done. I got another letter done. So I'm going to get that on my list of things to do. I need to get up the post office and do that. So how's your day looking, guys? I have a couple of calls in for today. I've got one right after this stream at 9:30. I'm very much looking forward to that one. So we are going to be talking about journals, and what one would be suitable for the person that I'm speaking to. I haven't done one of these for ages. One of my favorite things to do is when I'm speaking to someone, they will give me kind of just an idea of maybe how they want to journal, what they want to journal around, and then I match them up with a book. I done that for a woman called Melissa. I think that was one of my favorite matches because she came to me with, I've got a busy life, and I want to separate. I've got these three different areas of my life, and there's so much going on in each area. It's really hard to keep on top of like everything and making sure that, she was doing the right things on the right days and all that. So I recommended two books to her. One was Oodles, which always makes me smile when I say Oodles. So it's just one page, 6 areas of life to cover off. So my suggestion to her was to, instead of just using the one page to cover everything, to actually separate out business, home life, and personal. So she works 3 pages. I think every day she has 3 pages of different activities, different reminders, and then she can journal then around that one area of her life. So that was a really fun one. So I really love matching people with one of the journals, and I have my fingers crossed that one day I get on a call and how someone's brain works is not something I have thought about or mapped out. Now that might happen this afternoon at 2:30 with a guy called Paul. So we're going to be jumping on a call to work out how his brain works and see if we can create a notebook that would suit his brain. So that's 2 very exciting calls I have today. So what about you guys? Any fun things going on? No? Yep. Lots. And as you're planning out your day, as always, make sure you have created some space in your day just for you, which obviously I struggled with yesterday. So I need to work a bit on that. Okay. All right, I think that is enough for my plan. Okay, I don't have any questions coming in, so I am going to touch on a statement that someone came out with when I was talking to them about kind of journaling and how it can benefit them. And it does link into the kind of what I've already spoke about. So the statement that come out of my friend's mouth was, if I write it down, it makes it all real. Now, luckily, this person was a very close friend. They know me, so I could be very blunt. So my response to that was, sweetie, it's already fucking real. Yeah, you just you're just not dealing with it. You're delaying the dealing with it, because something's not real just because you write it down. It's real. It's happening. It's going on. So you have a choice to make. You either deal with it or you hide from it. You hide from it, you start to feel crappy about it. You start to feel worse. If you write it down and that makes it real for you, then you can start dealing with it. And there is a very, very good chance that if you write it down and you see the words and you see the problem, it might not feel as bad as you feel currently, with it all locked up in your body. Strangely enough, 2 days later, I got a text message to say I wrote about it and how I feel so much better about it. Cheers. Bless her. I was like, yeah, because not everything I talk about is crap or BS. It's true. So that was cool. But like I said, I could be blunt with her because, you know, we've been friends for too many years. But it's true. It's real, whether you write it down or not. If you write it down, you've got a chance of dealing with it and making yourself feel better. If you hold it inside, if you bottle it up, then there's every chance that it will just get worse. You will start to feel worse. It could have some horrible effects on your health, because the more you stress about it, the more that affects your immune system and your overall health, both mental and physical. So yeah, it might be difficult to write it down, but like I said earlier, you can write something down, just close the book up, put it somewhere safe, and then go back to it a couple of hours later, maybe a day or so later. So today we've covered how you can use a journal to build resilience, coping mechanisms. And like I said, if you're in a really good mood, it could be the perfect time for you to kind of have a list of go-to activities that can snap you out of a bad mood. I'm hoping that sitting down for half an hour reading will do that for me today. So with that, I am going to say goodbye until tomorrow, so I can go and prep for my next call. Have